Hi guys, Ben here. Now that we know things that are going on in Axion, I figured this is a time for me to share a bit of my experiences and how you should tackle Axion with Sharen. Anyway, let's go. First, let's go over the build. In Axion, you will want a build that can help with both mopping and bossing. Therefore, Area Suppression is the go-to for Sharen. If you happen to watch my guide for Area Suppression, the same thing applies to this build as well. We will focus on two things, cooldown and crit damage. 4 cooldown modules as usual and 3 crit modules. We will not use skill insight because we have enough cooldown to spam as well as crit from other sources, which I will go over later on. MB collector is there to make sure you have enough MB to keep spamming. That leaves us with 2 open spots. We have some options here, so I will give you some pros and cons for each approach so you can get to decide which one is best for your own gameplay. Now, since we do not run skill insight, we can have a little bit more damage from electronic syncytium, and that is exactly what I'm currently using. Other than that, you can have more MB, skill cost, or HP for survivability. The last modules will for sure be more damage, since Sharen needs damage a lot in Axion. You can either run Dangerous Ambush or Decimator. With Decimator, we have a nice damage boost as long as we can kill debuff enemies. These modules provide better damage than Dangerous Ambush. The downside of this is we need to make sure we can keep the buff going on during boss fight. If we cannot keep it up, then it will be useless during that time. For Dangerous Ambush, we will always have the damage every time we get into Invis. In return, the damage is lower than Decimator as mentioned earlier. I personally recommend Decimator simply because we can get to have more damage for mopping, so we can get to the boss fight faster. But it is up to you to use whatever you feel like. For trigger modules, we have Power Beyond or 1000 Cuts. Power Beyond is obviously there for damage, but 1000 Cuts is more fun to play. With Reactor, I usually go for maximum damage. However, due to the size of Axion as well as the enemy health, I figured that running cooldown in your reactor will help out a lot, since it is less punishing if we happen to miss our spin. Another good thing about this combo is that we have a 2.6 second cooldown for area suppressions, and because of how low that number is, basically we are guaranteed to have infinite spin without the need of the skill insight modules. While in Invis, we are guaranteed with a 100% crit rate. For components, Slayer is still the king when it comes to damage. We already lower our damage with cooldown reactor, so Slayer will be a nice compensation. Other than that, you can go with max cooldown using Hunter and Mage combo, but the damage will be lower, plus I believe we have enough cooldowns for spamming and Invis already. For inversions, reinforcement, and arcade tuning, here are the builds you can consider. Skill cost and MB recovery are the go-to for skill power. If you see yourself shooting frequently, then you can go for attribute. Otherwise, survival will be lovely. The 1 mutant cells and 2 mutant cells build are not really that much of a difference. For gun, Blue Widow is a no-brainer due to its crit rate boost. Technically speaking, you don't really need anything else besides Blue Widow. However, there are special monsters appear during our run, so I would highly recommend bringing a few weapons of your choice that are maxed out or at least somewhat invested to deal with those. I usually run mine with Blue Widow, Malevolence, and Exterminator. Malevolent will be there during the Axiom drop zone, where sometimes we have to deal with the boss invulnerability mechanic. Exterminator is there to break the shield of spectral monster as well as destroying dropships. Or if you have a fully built Blue Widow for damage, you can bring that too. Last thing is the roaming Colossus before the Wall Crushers appears. You can switch back to more HP and Dangerous Ambush, since we don't get that much value from Decimator during those fights. Reactor will be cooldown and skill attacks against Colossus. If needed, you can reinvest your points in arcade tuning to have more damage for Colossus. Other than that, the rest will stay the same. That should be pretty much all of it. If anything, that is left to do, and that should be practiced till you get a hang of it. Moving around, positioning, timing of the abilities will make sure that you will have a good time with Sharen in Axion. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as usual, thank you for stopping by and supporting me. Good luck grinding!